Joining us now on the Big Peen Hotline, we have Brian Hill, the commissioner of the Cleveland Pinball League. Brian, how are we doing today?
Great. How are you doing?
Everything's great. It's my understanding that you were at the Happy Dog last night for league play. Is this correct? How'd you fare?
That's right. I did pretty good. I got 18 out of a possible 20 points. I'm actually punching the scores in to our league software right now.
Oh, nice. That's awesome. I haven't really seen you out. For me, it's my third week doing the Cleveland Hole pinball thing. I've only ever been to the B side. I want to ask you, talk a little bit about the resurgence of pinball here in Cleveland, not only here in Cleveland, but across the nation as well. What started it, and how long has this trend been on the uptick?
As far as I can tell, it started maybe 3 or 4 years ago. I started getting into collecting and playing in leagues, and just started to blow up real quick from there. We were playing at a league in Berea at Kid Force, and decided to start our own league and start running some charity tournaments, and I don't know. Everyone's just getting into it.
No, that's great. If anybody listening wants to get in on some practice, where are the hottest pinball locations in the Cleveland area? Where would you suggest they go?
Kid Force is a great place. They have 20-plus machines. Stonehenge in Akron, Happy Dog in Cleveland. The Euclid Tavern is opening up next week, and I have 5 of my own games in there, and B-Side Lounge as well. In fact, they're adding 2 games, two more pinball machines than I think the 6 that they already have.
Which ones will they be adding?
We've got The Walking Dead coming in, the newest one by Stern, and I'm not sure what the other ones are.
No, listen, that sounds great. Joining me now is the commissioner of the Cleveland Pinball League, Brian Hill. Brian, talk about some of the techniques and strategies that go into becoming a true pinball wizard. Any tips you can give the listeners to give them a competitive advantage?
The competitive advantage comes from not flipping sometimes and just letting the ball bounce over from one flipper to the other instead of flipping. It's called the dead bounce. There's a lot of different flipper skills you can use instead of just hitting the ball as soon as it gets to your flipper and freaking out at it. You can try to slow the game down, cradle the ball. But the first rule everyone should learn is to not hit both flippers at the same time.
Not hit them at the same time. Why should they not do that? Because I'm still a novice. Again, this is my third week coming up tonight.
Yeah.
Why shouldn't they do that?
Well, because that just opens up more of a space for the ball to drain. You only really need to use one flipper, and if you're hitting both flippers at the same time, then you don't have the other one ready in case something goes wrong.
Okay. Brian, what's widely considered the best pinball machine, and what's your favorite one in the Cleveland area?
My favorite one in the Cleveland area right now is going to be at the Euclid Tavern. My own AC/DC Premium is one of the best games ever. It totally looks awesome, really interesting rule set. It's just a lot of fun. But, Attack from Mars at Happy Dog is my favorite one there. At B-Side, I really love their Iron Man.
Mm-hmm.
Kid Force has a ton of classic games,
Yeah, is it that the one you mentioned, the Attack from Mars, Invaders from Mars, whatever that one's called? That one, it plays too fast for my liking. I personally enjoy the Metallica one they have at B-Side. That's a pretty sweet one. Brian, one last question. You got to get going here.
Sure.
What are some reasons somebody would want to get into pinball other than just the pinball? Are there like lots of babes involved? Are there groupies? Talk a little bit about that.
Well, there's just a lot of really interesting people that get into it, and when you get into the competitive pinball scene, you meet people from all walks of life, and everyone is really nice, and everyone's really welcoming. You don't have to be great at pinball to have fun playing in the league.
Brian, thank you so much for your time. Before you go, is there any websites people can check you out after people want to? Is it too late to sign up for a league? What's going on with that?
It's never too late to join the league. It's Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesdays. You just show up for one night a week. You can find us at clevelandpinballleague.com.
Excellent. Brian Hill, the commissioner of the Cleveland Pinball League, my guest today. Brian, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, man.